Hi, this is Rajiv Bose, and I think it's the right time for a new entrant into the Indian telecom market. So, the Indian telecom industry is broken. Now, it has been struggling for quite some time after the coming of Jio, which brought the disruption in the Indian telecom market. Now, subsequently, what happened in the recent Supreme Court verdict on this AGR, and where they mentioned that the existing telcos they have to pay almost like 45,000 crores to the state exchequer because of the definition of the adjusted gross revenue. That's almost like a final uh, death knell for the telecom operators, the existing operators like Airtel and Vodafone. Now, the government has given a moratorium of 2 years for the telcos, but that's hardly a solution to the issue. Now, yesterday in one of the events, Kumar Mangalam Bilda from Vodafone Idea, he mentioned that Vodafone Idea they may have to shut the stop. They have to close the shops unless government provides some concessions. Because if they further invest money into these operations, it's almost like good money running after bad money. Airtel, though not as badly hit as Voda Idea, but still somehow survived. They struggled, and their board has also given the approval for $4 billion equity infusion. Of course, there's a significant dilution of the equity, but still they are generating some money to pay back to the government. Now, paying back to the government is not enough. Now, the telecom industry it needs continuous infusion of cash because the operations are not generating too much money as of now. So for them to survive and go ahead, it needs a huge amount of cash infusion. So even if the operators are surviving, can they get into good old days of telecom where they can be in a very reinvigorating position and invest significantly with the continuous innovations in the industry? But I doubt. Even if they survive, they will continue to remain in the vegetative state. The challenge that is coming is that because this 5G auction is going to happen in the next year, early next year. Government was initially proposing it should happen in Q1, first quarter, Jan, Feb, March, but then it pushed to Q2. Now, it needs a lot of money, the government spectrum auction. Now, the existing telecom operators, they have already posed a very strategic decision that they're saying the price is very high, the reserve price is very high, they will not participate in the auction. Now that will be disastrous. Now 5G is more to the country, is required more to the country rather than telecom operators. They have shown the telecom operators they have shown least interest in the 5G auction. But 5G is a revolution into the not just telecom industry but the mankind I should say. Because with the speed, with the latency improvement, it will bring a lot of disruption in the social changes into the Indian industry, the human beings, and it will be one of the key catalysts for the $5 trillion economic vision that the government is also proposing. So, telecom industry and particularly 5G will provide the entire platform, the digital platform on which the entire industry or the entire the social organization of the country survives. So it's extremely critical. So with the state of condition of this existing telecom operators, it looks like they may not be in a position to invest in 5G, and even if they somehow get the spectrum, they may not be in a position to further invest on the business operations of 5G so that 5G becomes a keeping option. Now, given this situation, I just digress to what I've seen earlier this year in the Mobile World Congress. A lot of innovations, a lot of disruptions happening in the telecom industry. A lot of new startups are coming up. So I should say in the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona earlier this year, almost like 70-75%, I think the space of the entire venue was by startups, and most of them are showing the area of network function virtualization and the software defined network. And these are some of the new areas which are happening, which are changing the entire telecom industry landscape. I'll highlight about two industries, two companies, two disruptors, LTO Star and Rakuten, for instance. Rakuten. Rakuten is the latest entrant into the Japanese telecom market. Just remember, Japan is a highly matured and technologically advanced telecom industry, and the players like NTT are there. And Rakuten is the last entrant without any legacy baggage, and they are coming straight into the 5G space. And what they're saying that unlike the traditional telcos, 99% of their investment, 99% of their capital will be in the area of software. It's absolutely software, and just 1 or 2% at the most should be in the hardware. So they've absolutely reinvented the telecom space. And though we are yet to see the results of how Rakuten is performing their operations, but still it brought a new disruption. Now, coming back to India, what I've seen also Jio, they came straight into the 4G space, and what we know is history after that. So now, at this juncture, when we are seeing that Airtel as well as the Voda idea, they're struggling, now this is a ripe opportunity for a new telecom entrant to get into the Indian telecom industry. And they can come straight away in 5G space, like Rakuten has done in Japan. And which are the potential companies? It could be anyone. It could be any of the digital operations. It could be even the Flipkarts or the Amazons, or could be even HDFC Bank, or even the Paytm or Rooms. So anyone in the digital, born digital companies, they can extend their footprint into the telecom space. Of course, it's not so simple, but I believe that could be a potential opportunity for making Indian economy leapfrog to the $5 trillion economy that the government envisions. Thank you.